shattered grace, wore every scar like battle paint. They tried to erase my name, my face, but I carved it deep in myth and flame. I stood alone in shadowed halls where whispers turned to sharpened knives, but I held fast through every fall and stitched my soul with rebel light. They built their thrones on borrowed gold while I was forged in fire and stone. They called me lost, too fierce, too bold, but I was never theirs to own. I was a silence they couldn't break, the fall line they refused to see. But now I rise with every quake and claim the ground beneath my feet. I'm right where I belong, on the edge of the sky, with fire in my veins and stars in my cry. I built this throne from broken stone, made exile feel like home. I'm right where I belong, unshaken, unbound. The storm was mine to ride, not drown. Let them watch me blaze, let them hear my soul. I'm right where I belong. They drew their lines in velvet dust, told me to shrink, to fade, to kneel. But I was born of iron and trust, of truths too wild for them to feel. They crowned their queens with silent grace while I wore storms upon my skin. They feared the fire in my face, the voice that roared from deep within. I lit my path with rebel light, each step a spark, each breath a flame. I didn't fit, and that's my right. I'm not their echo, I'm my name. Let the winds howl, let the ground shake. I'm the anthem no cage can take. Cracked earth, neon skies, phoenix flight. I stand in power, bathed in love. I'm right where I belong, on the edge of the sky, with fire in my veins and stars in my cry. I built this throne from broken stone, made exile feel like home. I'm right where I belong, unshaken, unbound. The storm was mine to ride, not drown. Let them watch me blaze, let them hear my soul. I'm right where I belong. I'm right where I belong. I'm right where I belong.
Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope y'all been out enjoying that nice weather, because it's supposed to get cold again. It's supposed to be back down in the 30s tonight. Glad I didn't take my heating blanket off my bed yet. So I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Tonight is daylight savings, where y'all lose an hour of sleep. I won't lose an hour of sleep. I'll just sleep an hour past my alarm going off, and then I'll get up. Oh, man. Life is good. Life is good. Let's pull up the library. Let's go in here. Computer's running slow tonight. Nothing new. Hey, Peachy, thanks, hon. I appreciate you. Okay. let's kick this party off.
She walks the hallway, head down low, dreams of laughter she's never known. Her paper heart tucked in her sleeve, hoping someone will finally see. The lockers echo with her game. She hides her spark, afraid of flames, but in her eyes a secret gleam, a world of colors they've never dreamed. I feel the shift, the air gets thin, a spark ignites beneath my skin. They'll say it came from nowhere, but I've been building this for years. She's wearing an invisible crown, though they don't see her now. Her voice is a star breaking through the clouds. One day they'll turn around and she'll shine with her invisible crown. They'll hear the thunder in her name, no longer hidden, no more shame. Her melody will shake the ground. She'll rise with her invisible crown. She paints the margins of her book, stories of heroes, stolen looks, a secret world where she belongs, where every shadow sings her song. Her pencil sketches wings of fire, a universe of her desire. She builds a kingdom in the night, where every star bows to her light. She's wearing an invisible crown, though they don't see her now. Her voice is a star breaking through the clouds. One day they'll turn around and she'll shine with her invisible crown. They'll hear the thunder in her name, no longer hidden, no more shame. Her melody will shake the ground. She'll rise with her invisible crown. She's not a ghost, she's not a shade. Her light is fierce, it won't fade. When the world finally lifts its eyes, they'll see the girl who touched the skies. She's wearing an invisible crown, though they don't see her now. Her voice is a star breaking through the clouds. One day they'll turn around and she'll shine with her invisible crown. The silence breaks, a song takes flight. She's blazing gold against the night. The girl they missed, the one they found. She'll reign with her invisible crown. The hallway fades, her footsteps roll. She's carried by her own true soul. No longer hidden, she's finally found. She walks away with her crown unbound. A pulse beneath my skin, silence humming low like something pulling me in. The night leans close, whispering what I already know. Every story starts with a shadow's glow. Shadows on my skin like a warning, cold breath rising in the quiet morning. Your voice echoes through the static haze, sweet venom wrapped in a velvet phrase. You circle me slow like a midnight tide, pulling every truth I try to hide. A whisper sharp enough to draw a line between what's yours and what was mine. You blur the line between the truth and what I crave. can hear your name. Your silhouette carved out of all my like a secret I can't unlearn. A cold flame I can't help but let burn. Your touch leaves fingerprints of frost and fire. A contradiction dressed in my desire. You haunt the corners where my shadows sleep. A promise made too dangerous to keep. You light me up with a hollow glow, burning bright but you never show. Every touch is a beautiful lie. Still I keep falling every time. In your hollow glow I lose control. You pull me under just to let me go. A tidal wave dressed up in gold. I know the danger but I still lie, chasing the spark that always dies. Maybe I'm addicted to the ache. Maybe I don't want the spell to break. If darkness is the price I pay, I'll let it take me all the way. Your shadow wraps around my bones, a kingdom built of undertones. I breathe you in like borrowed air, knowing you were never really there. The glow fades out, but the echo stays. A ghost light burning in the empty space. I walk away, but you still follow slow. A silhouette stitched to my shadow's glow.
That's another 2 new songs out in the past week. Invisible Crown and my eyes are not focusing tonight. Hollow Glow. I've spent the past week really sitting down writing. Then I have to sit here and decide which one of the ones I want to use, and it's a process. And then I sit on a song for a while before I publish it, because you don't want to flood with a bunch of new stuff all at once. That way, you, the viewers, and my subs can get the time to appreciate each song individually. So here comes out with another recent.
I used to whisper all my wishes, afraid the world would hear me shake. But every heartbeat kept insisting there's more to live for, more to make. I traced the outline of my courage in shadows where my doubts would hide, then lit a spark inside the silence and watched it grow into a fire. I used to shrink beneath the thunder, thinking storms meant turn around. But lightning showed me every fracture was just a place to let light out. I gathered pieces of my bravery like scattered stars across the floor. And when I held them all together, I saw this sky I'm reaching for. I stitched my failures into lessons, wore them like armor on my skin. The storms that tried to tear me open became the winds that lift me now. I used to tremble at the unknown, but now it feels like open doors. I'm stepping through them with my heartbeat drumming louder than before. I learned that falling isn't final, it's just a chance to rise again. And every note that tried to break me became the fuel that pushed me then. I'm done with hiding from the shadows, I'm done with shrinking who I never turning down. Here's to the nights I almost gave up. Here's to the tears that taught me strength. Here's to the voice inside that whispered, you're not done yet. Take one more step. Here's to the dreams I buried deeply, thinking they were out of reach. Here's to the courage that surprised me when I finally chose to leave. Here's to the fire that kept burning even when I lost my way. Here's to the moment I decided fear would never lead the way. I'm skybound, higher than I've ever been. Fear fades behind me as the light rushes in. Dreams don't wait, so I'm running toward the flame. Every heartbeat shouting out my name. I'm skybound, and I'm never coming down. I'm soaring, carried by the hope I found. No storm can shake me, no doubt can pull me down. This is the rise I've been fighting for inside. I'm done with hiding, now I claim the sky. I'm skybound, and I'm never coming down. I'm soaring, carried by the hope I found. No storm can shake me, no doubt can pull me down. This is the rise I've been fighting for inside. I'm done with hiding, now I claim the sky. I'm skybound, and I'm never coming down. And if the night grows quiet, I'll still be reaching for the dawn. 'Cause every dream that once felt distant is now the path I'm walking on. I'll keep my eyes on open horizons where all my hopes can finally roam. No turning back, no falling under. I found my wings, I'm flying home. She walks through quiet rooms like she was born in them. No footsteps trailing close, no hand to hold again. They whisper in the shadows, thinking she won't hear. But she's learned to turn their venom into fuel instead of fear. She's mastered every silence like a language of her own. Found comfort in the corners where the world left her alone. She stitched her strength from moments no one ever saw. A warrior in plain sight who never needed their applause. Every lonely night she stitched her heart back tight. Every broken truth she carried turned to firelight. She learned to breathe again when all the air was gone, and build a throne from every place she didn't belong. She keeps her head up high even when the world is cold, standing on her own 2 feet like she's made of solid gold. Let him talk, let him try to dim her shine. She's a storm, she's a flame, she's a woman by design. She's the echo of survival in a world that tried to break her. A lighthouse in the dark for every soul they call a faker. And she keeps her head up high. They say she's too much, they say she's not enough. But she's danced through every label, every lie they've ever spun. She learned to love her silence, learned to trust her spine. 'Cause strength don't need an audience to prove it's still divine. She's walked away from people who mistook her heart for weak. Found power in the moment she refused to even speak. She's carved her own reflection out of truth instead of lies. And every scar she carries is a medal in disguise. Every lonely night she so they call her faker. And she keeps her head up. She walked through hell in heels and never lost her stride. She's cried 1,000 tears but never drowned inside. They don't know her story, they just see the crown, but she forged it in the fire when the world tore her down. She's risen from the ashes with her heartbeat still intact, a testament to every time she chose herself and never cracked. She's the quiet revolution they never saw begin, a woman who keeps rising even when she doesn't win. And when the night grows heavy and the doubts come creeping in, she stands against the darkness like it's made of paper skin. She whispers to her shadow, "You don't own me anymore," then steps into the life she built from every slam shut door. Even when the night is long, every scar upon her skin is just another victory song. Let 'em talk, let 'em try to dim her shine. She's unbroken, undefeated, and she's done with their design. She's the proof that standing solo doesn't mean you stand alone, 'cause every step she takes now is a kingdom she's grown. She's the thunder in the distance they can't silence if they try, a rising sun that blinds them as she climbs into the sky. She keeps her head up high with the fire they can't contain. Every whisper meant to break her only sharpened her domain. Let 'em talk, let 'em try to rewrite her storyline. She's the author now, the ruler, and her power is divine. She keeps her head up high.
I hope you enjoyed those two songs. I enjoyed making them for you guys. Keep doing it as long as someone's willing to listen. Oh, man. It's been a crazy 24 hours for me. I had to get out yesterday, had a doctor's appointment, got something going on that I won't get into at the moment, but it's nothing bad like dying. I just have other issues going on, and yeah, let's just say it's quite painful. And anybody that's bush camping, you know, we've had past 48 hours have been pretty hairy in Oklahoma and Texas and even Michigan with tornadoes. So anybody in the path of any of these storms, I hope that you all are okay. I hope I never have to deal with that. You know, this town where I live, I was finishing, ouch, up rehab after my first amputation, and we had tornado warnings out in the area where I was at, and I'm sitting in the lobby watching the weather on the TV, and I kept my eye on one particular cluster of storms because of their proximity to where I live, and most thunderstorms and tornadoes, for that matter, in the northern hemisphere will go from the southwest to the northeast, and that cluster of storms was uh, southwest of the town I live in. So I'm sitting there watching and watching, and it's getting closer and closer. And then the storm did something that they said they call it a cycling, where the winds high up in the storm are strong enough to physically alter the path that the storm originally would have went on, and this storm did that, and a tornado had the town I live in it, in its sights. I remember sitting there shaking. Um, my town's about to get hit by a tornado, and you know, I'm just sitting there thinking, wondering, am I going to have a home to go back to? Well, I talked to some of the people that run the food pantry that's like literally right across the street from me because I called them and said, "Do I have a home to come back to?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no damage here." The tornado missed my apartment complex by a half a mile, clipped a nursing home. Nobody was injured, and missed by less than 500 yards brand new veterinarian clinic. So it basically just glanced off the edge of town. There were a few minor injuries. One home was destroyed, and the town got lucky. Very, very lucky. But fast forward to a week later, and I'm getting discharged to finally come home. And my parents come up to where I was at, and so did my oldest son, because I wanted to ride home with my son because I hadn't got to see him for 4 months, and I just wanted to be the only time at that time to just spend some quality mother-son time together, and, I remember we hit the edge of town, and then he said, "I wonder where that tornado went through at here," and I just looked at him like, "Boy, are you stupid?" And I told him, I said, "Did you not see all the trees stripped of their bark back there?" He's like, "Yeah, but I didn't know that." "Well, now you know, son." This is the same boy, well, young man, excuse me, who a week prior stood out in the middle of a field with his roommate watching the tornado that just missed my town and was less than 2 miles from them. I like, "Boy, you are stupid." And then I had to explain why. And then he's like, "Oh." Like, "Yeah, boy. Yeah, son. Come on." But no, anybody that's had to deal with any of these storms the past couple days or today, oh god, this morning, my, friend was by here a little while ago, and she said we had a tornado warning this morning, but I think it's around 6 a.m. or so. And I told her, I said, "We didn't get any warnings." I said, "The sirens never went off." But the tornado warning was specifically for this town, but nothing, no sirens, no nothing. So somebody at the city level dropped the ball. But enough about bad weather. I do find that type of weather uh, extremely fascinating, as I'm sure that other people do. I found it so fascinating to the point where I took the storm spotter class several times just because I could. Very informative class for anybody. Um, Even if you don't intend to be a storm spotter, you learn quite a bit, and it's usually taught by volunteers from the National Weather Service. Let's see, what song we gonna play this one for old Marky Mark wearing that raggedy ass University of Alabama shirt. Bama sucks, dude. You should know you live there. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mark switching sides like a door on a hinge. Talk loyalty, but he never commits to a thing. One day he's riding with you, next day he's ghost. Acting brand new with whoever bragging the most. He flip-flops faster than Ernie changing clothes. Granny panties rotation, everybody knows. Say he's solid, but he's softer than a TikTok trend. Claiming he's your brother till he switches again. Talking all tough, but he fold like a chair. Say he's in your corner, then he vanish in thin air. He's a walking contradiction, a professional switch. Loyalty on clearance, he's the bargain bin bitch. He jumps ship quick when the tide gets rough. Acting like he built for it, but he ain't that tough. Every time you need him, he's already gone. Mark is only loyal when the spotlight's on. Flip-flop, that's Mark on the block. Talk big game, but he never stays live. Flip-flop, every crew change size more times than Ernie. Stop, flip-flop, yeah, he bends, he drops. Say he flip-flop, watch him twist, watch him hop. Flop. He sways loyal, but the math ain't adding. 1 minute he's your friend, next minute he's bragging. Jumping ship quick like he's scared of the waves. Trying to act brave, but he's stuck in his ways. He pledges allegiance to whoever's got shine. But when the lights dim, he ain't nowhere in line. Talking like a king, but he moves like a pawn. Switching up sides from dusk until dawn. He's a fair weather friend with a forecast of lies. Storm cloud energy behind sunny dies. Say he's 10 toes down, but he barely stands. He'll trade you in quick for a couple new fans. He's a weather vane spinning in a cheap breeze. Switching up faster than Ernie's hygiene. Say he's 10 toes down, that's a straight up lie. He's a flip-flop mascot certified. That's where he's loyal while he's packing his bags. Jumping to the next crew, chasing new tags. He's a highlight reel of excuses and spins. Mark don't ride for nobody, he just rides the wind. Flip-flop, that's Mark on the block. Talk big game, but he never stays locked. Flip-flop, every crew, every spot, change size more times than Ernie showers non-stop. Flip-flop, yeah, he bends, he drops. Say he ride or die, but the loyalty's a prop. Flip-flop, watch him twist, watch him hop. Mark ain't real, he just flip, he just flop. Whoa, flip-flop, he bounce, he rolls, switching up faster than he can control. Flip-flop, that's his whole damn role. Mark ain't solid, he just fold, he just fold. Flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop.
Ernie got a scheme for every sunrise. Little man talk big with them cartoon lies. He's a lopping legend in his own mind show, flexing fake titles everywhere he go. Got a stack of stories that don't add up. Brags like a king, but he broke his fuck. He ducks and dodges like a greased up eel. Talking about the law can't touch my heel. He's a roadside myth with a plastic crown, acting like the sheriff can't track him down. He's a scam in sneakers, a fraud on the run, smiling like he's winning when he ain't fooled one. He slipped through cracks like he made a smoke, laughing at the rules like they some kind of joke. Every time they close and he already gone. Ernie living life like a low budget con. Highway run, Ernie think he's number one, speeding past the truth like he outrun the sun. How he run, he bragging like he never done, dodging every question like he weighed a ton. How he run, he swear he's just having fun, but everybody know what he's trying to outrun. How he run, little man on the run. Ernie ain't slick, he just think he won. He got burner phones and a thrift-store suit, talking like a boss, but he sound like a flute. He's a loophole lover with a loophole plan, trying to act bigger than his 5-foot stand. He's a catch-me-later, kinda wanna be rogue, living off lies like they pay in gold. He flaunting like he bulletproof, smug and loud, but his whole resume is made of clouds. He's a back road bandit with a cardboard badge, claiming he's a legend, but he barely a fad. He's a runaway rumor with a half-baked grin, trying to outrun karma, but she always wins. He swears he's untouchable, they'll never catch me, but he's tripping on his stories like a bad set piece. He's a highway ghost with a neon light, a tiny tornado blowing smoke in the sky. He flaunts every loophole like a trophy he earned, but the truth got him chase he begun, but the credits roll slow on a highway run. Highway run. Ernie think he's number one, speeding past the truth like he outrun the sun. Highway run. He bragging like he never done, dodging every question like he weighed a ton. Highway run. He swear he's just having fun, but everybody know what he's trying to outrun. Highway run. Little man on the run. Ernie ain't slick, he just think he won. Highway run. But the chase ain't done. Every lie he stacked gonna weigh a ton. Highway run. He spin, he stun, acting like the law ain't never caught one. Highway run. But the truth don't shine.
We all know that song. Nope. Nope, you're not gonna play. There you go. Damn right, it's killing. Oh, I just paused you. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna listen to another one.
He was only 12, still learning how to throw a ball, to stand his ground when the world went quiet in that hospital room, and childhood ended far too soon. He ran down halls, breaking heart, but reached the door just a moment too far. No final words, no last goodbye, just a whisper in the silence that I'll try. And though the nights felt colder and the house felt way too big, he kept walking forward just like his father did. And his dad watches over him, and every sunrise, every wind, saying, son, I'm right here, you're never alone. From the first step to the battles won, he whispers, look at you, look how far you've come. I'm proud of the man you're becoming, you made my spirit strong. There were days inside wishing for one more chance, one time, but his grandpa's wisdom and his uncle's steady hand helped him rise again, helped him learn to stand. They taught him how to fix what breaks, how to speak the truth, how to give more than he takes. And in their voices he sometimes hears the echo of his father's love through the years. And when the world grows dark, he remembers what they said: be kind, be brave, be honest. That's how you live ahead. Enter him in the sunrise, every wind, saying, son, I'm right here alone. From the first step to the battles won, he whispered, look at you, look how far you've come. I'm proud of the man you're becoming, you made more. He never got to say goodbye, but love doesn't fade, it multiplies through the men who stepped in when the world felt cold, carrying pieces of the stories he'll never be told. And his dad watches over him, and every heartbeat, every wind, saying, son, I'm right here, you've always been enough. Through every triumph, every fall, he whispers, you've grown so brave, you've grown so tall. I'm proud of the man you're becoming, you carry all my love.
Ha ha. Got it that time. Sneaky little stinker it is. All right, folks, I've opened up the tip jar. Anybody wants to donate, please do. Any tips received will go back to improving the channel so that I can get better at what I'm doing. not worse. Ow! Sorry. Let's see what else we want to look for. Nah, we played that one last week. I was at a friend's stream before I went live, and he was talking. I didn't catch who he was talking about, but I remember him saying something right as I muted his stream so that I could come over here to do mine. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And I just happen to have a song with that in it. So here we go.
She wore his ring like armor, trusted every vow, built a kingdom on his promises. Look at her now. Lipstick on his collar, silence in his eyes. She saw the truth in shadows he couldn't disguise. The walls they built are crumbling stone by stone. Every whisper, secret cuts deeper than bone. Her heart was a fortress, but he breached the gate. Now she's the fire that rewrites their fate. She gave him grace, he gave her ghost. Now she's the flame he fears the most. Every lie she traced, every vow he betrayed. She's the storm he summoned, the price he'll pay. No more silence, no more change. She's the reckoning running through his veins. She's scorned, not shattered, not small. Rising from ruin, she's burning it all. He played with fire, now he'll learn. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She traced the lies like constellations in the dark. Every missing hour, every fading spark. Her love was sacred, fierce and true. He turned it into ashes, now she's coming through. The night she waited, the tears she drowned. Echoes of betrayal still circle around. But from the wreckage her spirit ignites. She's the storm that rises, she's the endless fight. She gave him grace, he gave her ghost. Now she's the flame he fears the most. Every lie she traced, every vow he betrayed. She's a storm he summoned, the price he'll pay. No more silence, no more change. She's a reckoning running through his veins. She's scorned, not shattered, not small. Rising from ruin, she's burning it all. He played with fire, now he'll learn. Hell hath no fury like a flame. Then you cried like you weren't to blame. You danced through ruins with stolen grace, left me shattered in your place. Built your throne from broken vows, then begged for mercy. Now you come dressed in ash, while I stood bleeding from the crash. But I see through your shattered guise, your halo's forged in stolen lies. You're exiled from the fire I built, cast out in the smoke of your world where silence scorched the air. Ashes clung like a final one, a map to where we are. My voice was buried in the dust, but even ruin learns to trust. I reach for light that would and found a fire in what I'd become. The sky was a vault of rust and flame. I faced the dark and took the blame. This is my vow in the cinders, lit by the wreckage, forged in fire. I rise from the ruin, a whisper turned thunder. No more chains, no more choir. I am the echo that won't expire. I am the breath behind the scream, the amber that outlived the dream. I am the oath they try to drown, but I wear the silence like a crown. They buried me in broken stone, but roots grew wild beneath the bones. Every scar a glowing brand, every fall a place to stand. I stitched my soul from shattered glass, each shard a truth they couldn't mask. I walk through storms with open hands and build my strength from sinking sands. The shadows try to claim my skin, but I burn brighter deep within. I drank the dark, I wore the storm. Now I blaze in a different form. This is my vow in the cinders, lit by the wreckage, forged in fire. Rise from the ruin, a whisper turned thunder. No more chains, no more choir. I am the echo that won't expire. I am the breath behind the scream, the ember that outlived the dream. I am the oath they try to drown, but I wear the silence like a crown. Let silence strike, let shadows crawl. I'll answer with flame, I'll last it all. I am the vow that lives through the ends. I am the voice they'll hear again. This is my vow in the cinders, not a cry, but a war-born choir. I rise from the ruin, a whisper turned thunder. No more chains, no more choir. I am the echo that won't expire. I am the breath behind the scream, the ember that outlived the dream. I am the oath they try to drown, but I wear the silence like a crown. I am the vow, I am the fire, I am the storm they can't retire. I am the myth they fail to break, a vow reborn in every quake.
Well, folks, we've approached that part of the show where it's time to say goodbye until next week. You know, all the stuff I'm dealing with in my personal life, and I know there's people there that's got it way, way worse than I do. The only thing I have to say to that is stay used, everybody.
came with fire in their eyes, tried to carve fear into my name. But I stood where the thunder hides and whispered, you won't win this game. Their voices cracked like shattered glass, each word a blade against my skin. But I was born to outlast the storm they thought would pull me in. I saw the sky